धीनामवित्र्यवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ हृदाकाशे सदा भान्तं शान्तमानन्दरूपिणं ज्ञानभानुमहं वन्दे सद्गुरुं सत्यसायिनम् ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ पवित्रवन्तः परिवाजमासते पितैषां प्रत्नो अभिरक्षति व्रतं महः समुद्रं वरुणस्थिरो धीरा इच्छेकुर्धरुणे श्वारभम् पवित्रन्ते विततं ब्रह्मणस्पते प्रभुर्गात्राणि पर्येषि विश्वतः ततनूर्नतदामो अश्नुते श्रुतास इद्वहन्तत्सत्समाशता ब्रह्मदेवानाम् असतः सद्येततक्षुः ऋषयः सप्तात्रिश्च यत् सर्वेत्रयो अगस्त्यश्च नक्षत्रैः वसन् अथ सवितुश्चावाश्वस्यावर्तिकामस्य अमीय रक्षा निहितास उच्च नक्तन्ददृश्रे कुहाचिद्दिवेयुः अदब्धानि वरुणस्य व्रतानि विचाकषच्चन्द्रमा नक्षत्रमेति तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः offering our collective love at the divine lotus feet of Bhagavan Shri 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 Satya Sai Baba Varu. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Hari Om, Shalom, Sai Ram, Namaste. May we all be together. May we all be nourished together. May we all work together with great vigor. May our studies shine and illumine our intellects. May we not hate or contradict or conflict with each other. Let there be peace, peace, and peace. Yesterday we concluded with the Gayatri Mantra as outlined by Shyavashva. We also looked at these rishis, starting with this Atri all the way to Agastya, and what these names of the rishis imply for a practical living within ourselves. Atri means the one who is not associated with the three states of mind. Agastya means the immovable presence. Shyavashva, this beautiful word Shyavashva. Ashva means horse. The horse here symbolic of the vital prana, movement of the prana within. And Shyavashva means the one who is in control, or the one who is able to totally connect to that which enables this prana's movement. Shyavashva, subtler than the prana. Subtler than the prana is the Savit, because that is the force that moves the prana. Therefore, these mantras are what are referred to as prana upasana mantras. These are the ones that are taking us close, upasana, to be seated close to this thing called prana. So in the cosmogony and the cosmology of Aruna Prashna, all the way we have come down to this aspect, which is the life within and without. Okay, please chant Gayatri Mantra and then we'll go to the next set of mantras.
Tatsaviturvarenyam.
Om. Where's the Om Da?
Oh.
Your scale, yeah, your scale.
Om Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat.
You're sharper than the scale.
Om Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat.
Om. Tat Saviturvarenyam, that divine, life-sustaining, resplendent effulgence. I meditate, or we meditate on that. Dhimahi. We meditate on that. Tat Savituhu, life-sustaining, Varenyam, resplendent, Bhargaha, effulgence, Devasya, divine. But the syntax is, we meditate on that divine, life-sustaining, resplendent effulgence. Yahanaha dhiyaha prachodayat. May that illumine our intellects. tat saviturvrinemahe.
तत्सवितुर्वृणीमहे
Vayam devasya bhojanam.
वयं देवस्य भोजनं
Sreshtagum sarva dhatamam.
श्रेष्ठगुं सर्वधातमम्
Turam bhagasya dhimahi.
तुरम्भगस्य धीमहि
Om tat saviturvrinemahe.
तत्सवितुर्वृणीमहे
You left the Om again. I said Om, you didn't say Om.
ॐ तत्सवितुर्वृणीमहे ॐ तत्सवितुर्वृणीमहे
Why did I say the words? Did you repeat the words? Yes, you did. Vajan devasya bhojanam.
वयं देवस्य भोजनम् वयं देवस्य भोजनम्
Sreshtagum sarvadhatamam.
श्रेष्ठगुं सर्वधातमम् श्रेष्ठगुं सर्वधातमम्
Turam bhagasya dhimahi.
तुरम्भगस्य धीमहि तुरम्भगस्य धीमहि
तत्सवितुर्वृणीमहे वयं देवस्य भोजनं श्रेष्ठगुं सर्वधातमं तुरं भगस्य धीमहि
तत्सवितुर्वृणीमहे वयं देवस्य भोजनं श्रेष्ठगुं सर्वधातमं तुरम्भगस्य धीमहि तत्सवितुर्वृणीमहे वयं देवस्य भोजनम् श्रेष्ठगुं सर्वधातमम् तुरम्भगस्य धीमहि
One more time.
तत्सवितुर्वृणीमहे वयं देवस्य भोजनम् श्रेष्ठगुं सर्वधातमम् तुरम्भगस्य धीमहि
What is the word you understand in these 4 lines?
भोजनं
How am I reading your mind? You tell me. Huh? I know that word. What is bhojanam?
Food or to eat. One of them, right? Food, yeah.
And then yesterday, someone was saying, is the same line is repeated because that Savitur Varenyam and that Savitur Vrinimahe, they looked almost the same. And when you look at the letters, the same thing is repeated. No, one is Varenyam The other is Vrinimahe. Where did you hear the word Vrinimahe?
Purusha Suktam.
Purusha Sukta Chayora.
No, it's not Purusha Sukta. It is the Shanti mantra associated
Shanti.
with Purusha Sukta. It is not, it is one of the Dasha Shanti mantras, the 10 Shanti mantras that are commonly chanted. We use Shanti mantra in front of the Suktam as an initial preamble, but that mantra doesn't belong to Purusha Suktam. Okay, what is that? Where did you hear? What is the mantra in which there is Vrinimahe?
Tachanyora Vrinimahe.
Tachanyora Vrinimahe. What are the words in that line?
Tat Sham Yo Avrinimahe.
Okay, one more time, please pay attention. Because there is a Ra there, so there should be something you missed, no?
Oh, Tat Sham Ya Ra.
Okay. Why you are picked on? Because you've been doing all these scripts. By this time, you should know all these breakages of the words. What are the words, Swati? Is Swati there today? Maybe not.
Yeah, I'm there.
Oh, you are there. Are you sick?
A little bit, but I am in
Okay.
Kashi.
You are conscious. Okay, no, I'll leave you alone. Okay. Tat Shamyoh Avrinimahe becomes Tat Chanyor Avrinimahe. Here, Vrinimahe means we invoke Tat, that Savituhu, life-sustaining force, the same thing. We are now invoking in prayer, we are praying, that is also Vrinimahe, is also Vayam. So the syntax is Vayam, it's we. Vrinimahe tat, pray to that. Vrinimahe that, pray to that. Sreshtham, supreme. Devasya, divine. Sarvadhatamam, the protector of all. We pray to that, actually, supreme, all the adjectives, supreme, Devasya, divine, Sarvadhatavam, supreme protector, Bhagasya, the effulgence of Savituhu, the life-sustaining force. For what reason? To experience that. Bhojanam means experience. Bhojanam does not mean food. Because you crave to experience that, it's called bhojanam. Anything that you crave to experience is a bhojanam. The dhatu or the root of bhojanam is bhuj. Bhuj. So therefore, bhojanam is that which is experienced. So for experiencing that together, what do we have to do? Turam dhimahi. We meditate efficiently. We meditate efficiently. Turam dhimahi. For what? To experience bhojanam. That, and we pray to that. Tat savitur vrinimahe. That effulgence, bhagasya, which is sreshtam, devasya sreshtam sarvadhatamam, divine protector of divine supreme protector of all the beings. That is the meaning of those 4 lines. Tat savituhu vrinimahe vayan devasya bhojanam sreshtagum. Sreshtham is actually, gum comes because it is Yajurveda. Sreshtagum sarvadhatavam, because the is followed by sa, therefore gum comes. Turam bhagasya dhimahi. Please chant. Om Tat Saviturvృణీమహే Vayan Devasya Bhojanam Sreshtagum Sarvadhatamam Turam Bhagasya Dhimahi.
Om Tatsaviturvృణీమహే Vayan Devasya Bhojanam Sreshtagum Sarvadhatamam Turam Bhagasya Dhimahi.
Good. In the first Gayatri Mantra, you only meditated on it, but not to experience that. It is the difference between, if you understand, this meditation is to experience. That meditation is simply to invoke collectively. This meditation is to be praying collectively, and the previous one is invoking so that they will propel the intellect collectively. If you have a propelled intellect, that is illumined intellect, it has to pray only. An illumined intellect will not do anything other than praying for others, collectively praying for others. So the first lines about invoking that are propelling collective intelligence, and these 4 lines are about the prayer for the experience of the same. And therefore, we are invoking the greatness of the life giver and the protector. Gayatam trayate iti gayatri. Gayati trayate iti gayatri. Gayantam trayate iti gayatri. 3 different meanings of the word Gayatri. Gayatam trayate, the one that comes down to protect. Gayati trayate, the one that which protects when you sing it together. Gayantam trayate, that which protects the life within us is Gayatri. Trayate, tra means to protect. Trayate, mantra. Mananat trayate iti mantraha. That which protects by constant contemplation is mantra. Mantra doesn't mean you pay somebody some money and receive it, and so that when you get it, you will become some realized soul. You can get the mantra Coca-Cola and say it 15,000 times, or Purashchana Coca-Cola 4 lakh times, Coca-Cola will manifest in front of you. Oh no, I should be saying Pepsi. Sorry, Bina. It's even simpler. Pepsi is only two letters in the mantra. So if you want to get realized, drink Pepsi. Free advertisement. So this mantra is now that collective experience. And that collective experience should make us come together more effectively. How do you collectively experience that? Huh? I am chanting Gayatri Mantra. You are chanting Gayatri Mantra. How do I experience that collectively? Together, how do I experience that collectively? I keep saying like a broken record. You chant Rudram at your altar, that experience is a very limited experience. You come together for a Maharudrabhishekam, and that too doing that Abhishekam together while chanting, that experience is a phenomenal. Why it is phenomenal is because I don't know about you, but for this mind, 11 times becomes completely as if it was over in 3 minutes. Because in that collective presence, what you do is that time stops. Time somehow seems to be irrelevant. Space, time, everything is inconsequential in that collective experience. Apaguhata savitatrubhin
Apaguhata savita tribhina
tribhin
tribhina
sarvan divo andhasaha.
sarvan divo andhasaha.
There it is Naktanta. Is it written as Naktanta? It
Yeah,
is not
Naktanta.
it is not. It should be Naktan. Naktantan Nyabhavan Drishe. Naktan. Let me check. Because there's some extra word there. Naktanyanya Bhavan Drishe. Naktan. Nakta. Nakta. Nanya. So there is a mistake. Yes. Can you correct it? Can you? Are you? Are you in a P? Are you on a PDF?
Yeah, PDF. Yeah.
Okay. Naktan. Nak. Nakta. Nakta. Nanya. So that
Saram uncle, sorry, but in the Sanskrit version, they've given Naktanta Tanya.
what Sanskrit version are you talking?
I mean, I'm reading the Sanskrit script, uncle, from the
Script of what? Script from where?
Atirudram only, Sanskrit version.
No, that is the same as this only, Ma. It's not different. It's just a transliterated version of the same. Sorry, I thought you were referring to some other text.
No, uncle, sorry.
Naktanyanya bhavandrishe. That should be Naktanyanya. Let me check one more time. Mantra Pushpam also.
Anna, in Mantra Pushpam, it is given Naktan Tanya. Naktan Tanya.
Naktan Tanya. So there is a ta extra.
Yeah.
Naktan
Naktan
Tanya.
Tanya. But here one TA is extra.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it should be Naktan. That first TA should be eliminated. One second. Naktantanya bhavandrishe. The TA is extra. Naktantanya bhavandrishe. Naktantanya bhavandrishe.
Naktantanya bhavan drishe.
Naktam. That's now the words also make sense now. Naktam tani abhavan drishe becomes naktantanya bhavan drishe. That's the correct. Naktantanya bhavan drishe.
Naktantanya bhavan drishe.
Yeah, obviously there is mistake in other scripts. For example, this Stotra Nidhi and all, don't look at those scripts. Some of them have mistakes. Naktantanya bhavan drishe.
Naktantanya bhavan drishe.
The next one is also a tongue twister. This is Naktantanya bhavan drishe. Asthyasthana.
Asthyasthana.
Good. Asthyasthana sambhavishyamaha.
Asthyasthana sambhavishyamaha.
Okay. So let's get this correct. Apaguhata savita trubhin.
अपागुहत सविता त्रिभीन
सर्वान् दिवो अन्धसः
सर्वान् दिवो अन्धसः
नक्तन्तान्यभवन् दृशे
नक्तन्तान्यभवन्दृशे
अस्त्यस्त्रा सम्भविष्यामः
अस्त्यस्त्ना सम्भविष्यामः
वेरि गुड् ॐ अपागुंहत सवितातृभीन
ॐ अपागुहत सवितातृभीन अपागुहत सवितातृभीन
सर्वान् दिवो अन्धसः
सर्वान् दिवो अन्धसः सर्वान् दिवो अन्धसः
So the swara also naktantanyabhavan drishe. So instead of nakta, it should be naktantanya. Okay. Naktantanyabhavan drishe.
नक्तन्तान्यभवन्दृशे
Drishe, dru is down.
नक्तन्तान्यभवन्दृशे नक्तन्तान्यभवन्दृशे
अस्त्यस्थना सम्भविष्यामः
अस्त्यस्त्ना सम्भविष्यामः अस्त्यस्त्ना सम्भविष्यामः
Excellent. Let's do the 4 lines together. Apaguhat savitatrubhin sarva andivo andhasah naktantanyabhavan drishe अस्त्यस्थना सम्भविष्यामः
अपागुहत सवितातृभीन सर्वान् दिवो अन्धसः नक्तन्तान्यभवन्दृशे अस्त्यस्थना सम्भविष्यामः अपागुहत सवितातृभीन सर्वान् दिवो अन्धसः
नक्तन्तान्यभवन् दृशे
नक्ततान्यभवन्दृशे
only you have to remove the, just highlight that TA with a anudatam on it, strike through so that you won't, that one. You can highlight that in your marker.
Yeah. Saram Sham, you can take the latest from the drive. I just
Thank
updated
you.
it.
Thank you.
Oh my God, this is efficiency. You can hit on the Sairama. There is the table of contents. If you hit on the mantra, it will take you there. Okay, anyway.
Oh.
Okay, keep going now. It's okay. You are there, pretty much there.
Okay.
Naktantanyabhavan drishe.
Thank you. Naktantanyabhavan drishe asthyaस्थ्ना sambhavishyamaha.
Now, you see, Turam Bhagasya Dhimahi means this. We meditate very efficiently. Turam Bhagasya Dhimahi. While we're talking, he made the correction, converted it into PDF and uploaded it to the drive. Turam Bhagasya Dhimahi. That's what happens in collective efficiency. Your efficiency is multiplied by the intensity of the collective effort, not by the individual effort. If you are part of an Atirudra Mahayajna and you are doing that, chanting as part of that Mahayajna, the efficiency of your chanting is multiplied infinitely. Every month, if you are part of a Maharudram chanting, your efficiency and the intensity you have created collectively will be enough to take you through for months. So that means your intellect's luminance has multiplied so much. It's like from a 60-watt bulb, you have become 600-watt bulb. And that capacity increase of the intellect, we will be able to see every single thought in that light, every single instinct in that light. You are no longer, that is Dhimahi, meditating upon that collectively. And he just proved as an example. Chandrasekhara Saishwara Apaguhata Savita Trubhinu Sarvan Divo Andhasaha Naktantanya Bhavandrishe Asthyasthana Sambhavishyamaha. Apa Aguhita becomes Aguhata. Aguhata. Apa Aguhata Savita Trubhinu. Aguhata is correct. Aguhata. Apa Aguhata Savita Tribhinu. This is Savit, the life-sustaining force. Tribhin, the race associated with him. Sarvan Tribhin, Savita, Sarvan Tribhin, Divo Apaguhata. That is the syntax. The sun or the life-sustaining force, all the rays of his during the day are apaguhata, withdrawn. And therefore, what happens? Resulting in andhasaha, resulting in darkness. Nattam, during the night, apaguhata. That is the syntax actually. Savituhu, divaha, savituhu, trubhin, during the day. Okay, sorry. My savituhu, trubhin, divaha, andhasaha, naktam, apaguhata, tani, abhavandrishe, sambhavishyamaha. Yeah, okay. See, it's not easy to, some of these mantras are not straightforward. You have to understand in Sanskritam, the adjective or the the reference points are used elsewhere compared to that object. So therefore you have to connect the syntax. So what it's doing is during the day, okay, he blinds the stars, and during the night he withdraws his rays. Therefore, Tani, those stars, Abhavan Drishe, seen as appearing. During the day, with his light through Bheen, this Savit, Andhasaha, Tani, those stars are blinded, Andhasaha. During the night, Naktam, Apa Aguhata, he withdraws those rays so that those stars reappear, Abhavan Drushe. That's the. Now the next one is Asthi. Asthi. Asthana. Sambhavishyamaha. Asthi Asthana has two words. Asti. Asthana. Sambhavishyamaha. Which is Asthyasthana. Sambhavishyamaha. Astihi. Asthana. Sambhavishyamaha. Sambhavishyamaha. We are born. Asthi, asthana. Because of the life that is in the bones. This is a mantra that is like an interesting convolution to this mantra. These lines. What is this? We are born with bones, and to do with this light getting withdrawn during the night, and stars are appearing, and during the day the stars are blinded because of the withdrawal of the light rays in the night time. We are able to see the stars. That part of it is completely relative, relevant, and we can see that happening in the nature. But suddenly, why is this Syavashva? Suddenly he's talking about Asthyasthana Sambhavishyamaha. This is the incredible Pranopasana mantra. So this basically what it is saying is, when we are born with bones covered by skin and flesh. Are the bones seen? Only during Halloween. It's so funny, you know. The thought processes of the kids. 2-3 years ago, when she was 3 or 4 years old, taking granddaughter on the road and Halloween time, and she stands in front of this skeleton and she says, "Hey, skeleton, what happened to all your flesh, skin? What happened to them? What happened to them? What happened to your skin and flesh and everything?" Same. So, if you apply that principle, if you take the skin and flesh out, how we all will look like? What will happen to us? Hello. If you thought about it, without skin and flesh, what happened to your identity? You look like the same other person only. Hello. Unless they do some DNA analysis, they can't tell your identity without the skin and flesh. No. Are you all with me? So when that life force is withdrawn, everybody will appear the same. When the life force is present, we all look different. So it's the life force that is actually giving this diversity. And that is the inner principle that this beautiful mantra is pointing it out. Why is he pointing that out? Because the fundamental unifying factor amongst us is this Savit, the life-sustaining force. And that life-sustaining force, apagu hata, when it is withdrawn, naktan dadrishe, you are able to see during the night those stars. Trubhin apaguhita savitaha naktantani abhavandrishe, and they all disappear. That relativity is imposed during the light, which is enabling us to see, whereas in principle we are all one and the same. Now here what is introducing that diversity? Because the unity is covered by something else, and what the eye is able to see is only the relativity, the physical eye. The physical eye cannot see the stars even though they are present during the day. When the life force, the Savit, sets, when it is during the night, as if he has withdrawn the rays, then you are able to see the stars. Similarly, we are born of that asti, asthani, asti, asthani, sambhavishyamaha. Asti, asthana, sambhavishyamaha, which literally means sambhavishyamaha, we are born with bones that are born from that life force, which is the marrow, the cells that are composed of that in the bone. They create this bone marrow, they create that bone, but those are not seen. That is the most beautiful way or most convoluted way of explaining this principle. What's the time now? Oh, it's 10 minutes. Okay. The next set of mantras now take these principles, takes this life principle, and then gives an incredible, powerful teaching. Nama namaiva nama me.
Nama namaiva nama me.
Nama namaiva nama me.
Nama namaiva nama me.
Napugum sakam pumagum striyasmi.
Napugum sakam.
There, if you put a dash, then a space, then it will be pumagum striyasmi.
Pumagum striyasmi.
Very good. Napugum sakum pumagum striyasmi.
Napugum sakam pumagum striyasmi.
Stavara. What?
Is it
Stavarosmyatha. Somebody say.
Did I say it wrong?
Stavarosmyatha. Swasti, what, Swati, what do you want?
no, is it gum strayasmi or it is pumagus strayas?
Oh, sorry. Okay, that's a good question. 1 second. Napugum sakam pumagustriyasmi. It cannot be gum because of the compounded striya. It has to be gu. It is gu only here. Yeah, I made a mistake. Napugumsakam Pumagustriyasmi.
Napugumsakam Pumagustriyasmi.
Yes, one more time.
Napugumsakam Pumagustriyasmi.
Okay, just 1 second. Pumagustriyasmi. Napugumsakam Pumagustriyasmi. Sthavarosmyatha Jangamaha.
Sthavarosmyatha Jangamaha.
Yaje yakshi yashtahecha.
Yaje yakshi yashtahecha.
Yaje yakshi yashtahecha.
Yaje yakshi yashtahecha.
Okay, so this theme is continuing. Where is a good place? I think we should stop at 4 lines. 4 lines is a good. Nama namaiva nama me.
Nama namaiva Nama namaiva nama me.
I think we are both out of scale, or one of us is both. Nama namaiva nama me.
Om Nama namaiva nama me. Nama namaiva nama me.
Napugum sakam.
Napugumsakam. Napugumsakam.
Pumagustriyasmi.
Pumagustriyasmi. Pumagustriyasmi.
Sthavarosmyatha Jangamaha.
Sthavarosmyatha Jangamaha. Sthavarosmyatha Jangamaha.
Yajayakshi yashtahecha.
Yaje yakshiyashta Yaje yakshiyashtahecha. Yaje yakshiyashtahecha.
I know it's very hard for you to figure these words and the swaras and shruti, multiple things going on, huh? Okay. Nama namaiva nama me. Napugum sakam pumagustriyasmi. Sthavarosmyatha jangamaha. Yaje yakshiyashtahecha.
Nama namaiva nama me. Napugumsakam. Napugumsakam pumagustriyasmi. Napugumsakam pumagustriyasmi. Sthavarosmyatha jangamaha. Yaje yakshiyashtahecha.
Did you chant 2 times?
Once. Nama namaiva nam. Om Nama namaiva nama me. Napugumsakam Napugumsakam
No,
Pumagas.
why?
The
Why
ka.
you're taking the ka all the way down?
This two.
Napugum sakam pumag. Only that
Napu
pumag.
Napugumsakam Pum. Am I going too low? I think the ka is too low. No.
Napugum sakam.
Napugumsakam Pumagastyasmi.
Okay.
Oh, I'll try one more time, sorry.
Stars. Are you
Napugum.
seeing the stars or what? Huh? Okay. Nama namaiva nama me napugum sakam pumagastriasmi sthavarosmyatha jangamaha yajayakshiyashtahecha. That is the way it is chanted. Okay. Let us now look at the words. 3 more minutes. Nama, Nama, Eva, Nama, Me. 3 namas, Eva, Me. Nama, Nama, Eva, Nama, Me. What does it mean? Nama, Nama, Eva, Nama, Me. Me, Nama, my name. Namaiva, Nama is just a word or sound. This is it. This is it. My name is just a sound. My name is just a name. It is just a word or a sound. Enough. This is enough. Ayyo Rama. The whole life is about this bloody thing only. My name, my identity, my this, my that. And here is this Syavashva. It is very simple. Name. Name is just a name. It's a sound. What is he talking about? The previous one is we are all born out of some identity, and it is all covered up with all this bone and the flesh. The identity came because of that bone and the flesh, that is skin, that is covering up the bone. That's exactly what I told. No, take out your skin, take out your flesh, bone, blood. What remains? The skeleton. And you have 5 skeletons in a row. Can you look at the skeleton and identify the name of this skeleton is this, the name of this skeleton is this? Can you do that? What you are struggling to do with all this name and your identity, that is, the I is actually covered up by the bone, the flesh. The I is covered up by the flesh, the skin. Take this flesh and skin out. Wow, what is I? What is the name? The name is simply a word or a sound. Nama, Nama, Eva, Nama, Me. And this I that we are talking about, Napumsakam, Puman, Stri, Asmi. If you take the word I, not the name associated with the I, that I has no relationship whatsoever to the gender. If you say I, can you say without, if that voice is blurred and you don't know who is talking, and somebody said, I am here, can you tell whether that I is a girl, a feminine, a female, a male, or a neutral gender? You cannot. Nama, Nama, Eva, Nama, Me. this I is very simply a word or a sound, not the name. My name is the sound, but actually you can also interpret that as the I is very simply a sound. Even the word I is very simply a sound. And that sound of I, you cannot tell whether that the gender of that by saying what that I is referring to. Napumsakam puman asmi. Asmi means that I is, or that name of mine is can be neutral, masculine, feminine. It can be moving or it can be non-moving. Sthavaraha, asmi, atha, jangamaha. So based on simply what that I is not associated with any gender. That I is not associated with whether it is moving or non-moving. If a mountain says I, that is Thavara. If a river says I, it is Jangama. Yaje, Yakshi, Yashta, Hecha. Yaje, I worship now. Yakshi, I worshipped in the past. Cha, also Yashtahe, in future. Worship means existence here. I am existing now. I existed in the past. I will exist in future. What a beautiful, amazing. Now suddenly, from where that prana, that I that is being referred to as the prana, that prana, this is pranopasana, that's the mantras associated with pranopasana. The life that is present as the I is simply not associated with your identified name. That I can be applied to any gender. That I can be applied to moving or non-moving. That I can be applied to the I in the past, I current, I was, I am, I will be. The I is the same. Oh, this is Bhagavan Ramana's teaching. So therefore, the life force within, it is the life force within, and the name given to it is just a sound. What it is saying, even the sound of the word I, even that is just a sound. But the life that is expressing this I, it is non-gender related. It is all pervading in both moving and unmoving. It was, it is, it will be. All of this applies to the life within. Life is beyond a name. It has no association with any gender. It is present in all plants that do not move and animals that move. It transcends the barriers of time, space, identification. Now, what is the Rishi doing here? He is not talking about some esoteric principle of Atma, Paramatma, all that kind of stuff. Hello. There is nothing referred to some esoteric high-level principle of you are Atma, I am I. Oh, none of that stuff. He is simply taking this principle called life, prana. And you ask the question, is your life different from the life of another person? Is your life what you're living? Is it life means the basic prana, the life force within you? Is that life force within you different from that which is moving, that which is unmoving? Is that life force anything to do with whether you are a male, female, or whatever, not even a gender related? Is that life force anything to do with what you were, what you will be, and what you are now? It's the same life. Then what happened to that? That we will look at it next class. Studying this beautiful prana upasana. What time is it? 5 minutes. Yadakshar pada bhrashtam. Shama, go ahead. అందరు నిద్రపోతున్నారు హ్యాపీగా. Everybody is sleeping. Yeah.
ॐ यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं तु यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देवनारायण नमोऽस्तु ते। विसर्गबिन्दुमात्राणि पदपादाक्षराणि च न्यूनानि चातिरिक्तानि क्षमस्व सा ईश्वर। अपराधसहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हर्निशं मया दासोऽयमिति मां मत्वा क्षमस्व सा ईश्वर। अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष रक्ष सा ईश्वर। हरिः ॐ तत्सत् श्री साई ईश्वरार्पणमस्तु।
On that note, next Saturday we have Maharudra-abhishekam. If you haven't heard this from me again and again and again, please join collective chanting. All my brothers and sisters in Bay Area are already asleep. And everybody is doing their own thing. They don't want to come together. Globally, coming together is very difficult. It's extremely difficult. I know that. I don't even see my Australian brother and sister anymore. Hope they're doing well. This is the point of sadhana. Expansion. We talked about expansion in the context of what? What was expansion?
I see.
Nasadiya Suktam. It's all about expansion. That is how creation has occurred. If that did not will to expand, none of this creation would have existed. You and I, the whole creation is zero. Same, this is spirituality is expansion. Religion is contraction. If you only identify yourself with the name of another religion and you forgot there is this thing called prana, Ali Mola, Ali Mola, Ali Dam Dam, Lakhte Karore Vari Akho Dam Dam, Ali Mola, Ali Mola. So, brothers and sisters, this life that we're talking about, Om Sri Sai Ishwara and Maha, as I said, is the iOS operating in every cell phone. iOS has no number associated with it. Your cell phone has a number associated with it. The operating system within has no number associated with it. Just think about this principle and how many ways it points out that we are collectively one, we are collectively one, we are collectively one. But yet ask the question, how many times you are separating yourself in your name, in the name of your religion, in the name of your language, in the name of your country, in the name of all the damn things. Constantly separating. My home, my family, my this. I have this commitment, Shekharji. I have that commitment, Shekharji. I have to do this, Shekharji. I have to do that, Shekharji. It's okay. Do whatever you want. But at least have you asked the question, once in 3 months, am I coming and collectively chanting? Oh, time doesn't work, Shekharji. We have that, Shekharji. And still we want to learn these mantras and we want to chant these mantras. When it comes to practice, total zero. There is no motivation to do this unless there is some event that happens in our life, no? Some heart attack comes suddenly, you wake up and you say, oh my God, I have to now suddenly focus on my whole thing. What happened until a heart attack? Some life event happens, then you wake up and suddenly you get this incredible detachment and all that stuff, hopefully. But life is happening all the time. Have you paid attention to that life? Not within you, just in the whole universe. And that is what is this collective, constantly reminding people. There is Ekadash Rudrabhishekam, next one. Then it is written in, no, it is say every second Saturday Maharudrabhishekam. Every fourth Saturday is Devi Mahatyam. And can't you schedule your calendar so that your activities can be aligned with those? Huh? There is nothing that is changing, no? Every second Saturday, every fourth Saturday. Yes, Sairam. I cannot be more serious than what I am saying. 2026 is an incredible year of opportunity where Shatamanam Bhavati is not about you live for 100. Shata actually means infinite. You live infinite when you are together. You will die if you are an individual. Jai Sai Ram. Any questions? I think that's probably enough for Sai Ram. Somebody said I'm too serious. I said, no, that's okay, If my seriousness makes us all better, that's good. If it is intimidating you, you're not part of it. If something intimidates you or hurts you, ask the question, why is it intimidating me? Is it the fault of the person that is saying it to me, or why is it intimidating me? What is it in me that is pinching? Why is this guy coming and pinching? And is that pinching helping, or is that pinching hurting? If it is hurting, 99%, because somebody said very beautifully, if I'm calling people for coming to do service in the center, I'm not asking them to come to my home and do prayers. For that, you want everybody to come. I have bhajan at my home. I call everybody. I have Satyanarayana Vartam at home. Tom, Dick, Harry, everybody has to be invited. But if it is happening in the center as a service to the entire universe, it's not my program I'm inviting. Yeah? It's not my house function. But we are completely reverse. For our house function, everybody should come. When it happens in the center, we don't want to go. Because I have all kinds of excuses. So this service, beautiful, he said, I call people for service to the center. I'm not asking them to come to my home and fix something. For that, I will call actually a professional handyman, not a volunteer. But for the center, what do I lose in telling the people, hey, there is this service happening at the center, please come. Hey, this service is happening every second Saturday at the center, please come. And that service is universal prayer for the healing of everyone. There is this service happening every fourth Saturday, and that service is universal prayer. Please come. Don't come at 11th round and take prasadam box and go. Come when the sankalpam is done and take the prasadam box and go. This is what we have to understand. Don't hesitate to invite people for service, to invoke people for service. Turam bhagasya dhimagi. All the mantras that we are chanting about, Dhiyo yonaf prachodayat, Turam bhagasya dhimahi, Vayam devasya bhojanam. Let us experience this divinity together, collectively experience this divinity together. Let us meditate on that collectively illumines our intellect. And in doing so, let us connect to the fundamental life force that is within us. It has no barrier about what you are, a woman or a man or a gender doesn't matter. Your identity doesn't matter. Whether you are moving or removing doesn't matter. Whether your state of mind as past, present, future doesn't matter. This is the mantras that we chanted today. This is exactly, I'm repeating. But where is practice? Where is practice? Rudram is practice. Live Rudram. Live Devi Mahatyam. Live Arunam. Then what happens is completely different experience of life. Jai Sai Ram. I know many people are going dark now. Nattan Dadrishe. So what happens is they go into this black box. Light is withdrawn. Saviti Tribhin. Nattan Dadrishe. They appear only when there is this thing. Otherwise, oh, these questions and all, I don't need to listen to it. Now they withdraw themselves. Then they disappeared. Only name shows up. Black boxes. All of this is relative. Savita Trubhin, Apaguhita Savita Trubhin. They withdraw their cameras and then suddenly they will be appearing as black stars. Jai Sai Ram. Okay, no more questions? Intensity is what really makes a difference in devotion.
Sai Ram Shekhar Garu, I have a question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
May I ask you the question?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. So the basic thing, what happens, this is very philosophical and it has got a lot of metaphysical concept. Here, can we take it that when sun is shining in the morning due to Bharga, Tejasu, stars disappear, and during the night time, stars appear because sun is, this illumination is not there. Same way, the life-sustaining force, which you have said, the prana, when prana is there, you are identified. When prana is not there, you are nothing. Is that the meaning it is conveying like that? And in that context, I have a small doubt. In the daytime, of course, he is the conductor of power, we call it as Surya. When moon is there, stars are there. Moon is Manaso Jataha. He is about Manas is talking. So is there any relevance to this? My question is, does it making any sense actually? This is what my doubt actually is.
Yes. When the moon is there, stars are there. When the sun is there, stars are not there. He's asking a very beautiful question. It is worth opining upon because we haven't gone deeper into the... See, what is... in these mantras, there are several ways of interpreting. The withdrawal of the prana actually doesn't mean death. The movement is fundamentally the prana. And this control of this movement of the prana, or the attention to the movement of the prana, actually gives longer life to the individual than shorter lifespan. Am I making sense? It won't make sense to you. Because in the context of what I'm referring to is the beings that actually breathe the least are the ones that live the most, directly linked to lifespan. So when the life force within you, attentively you focus on that, attentively you will actually control the thought also. When the movement of the thought occurs, the mind gets distracted and gets pulled into the universe. It won't stay within. Therefore, when prana is withdrawn or controlled, you are able to see actually the stars, means you are able to see the ultimate, the reality within you. Therefore, the vipassana meditation, all those, the what was introduced in Buddhism, I know many of you have gone to vipassana. Some people suggested I should also go to vipassana meditation.
Yes.
But mine is upasana, not vipassana. Mine is not vipassana, it is upasana. Upasana, vipassana are the same only. What you're trying to do when in that vipassana meditation, You are not supposed to see the other person. You are not supposed to use the cell phone. You are not supposed to, you are only focused on the breath most of the time. And as you focus more on the breath, you will have more control over it. That means you will be breathing less. When you are breathing less, you will be thinking less. When you are thinking less, the thought goes down, the breath goes down. That is apagu hatta savita trubhina. That process is vipassana. Then suddenly you are able to connect to the ultimate reality, that is the totality of the awareness within, and the silence dawns in, and it is almost like a near death experience when you will have complete presence to yourself.
Yes,
That is one aspect of understanding this mantra. Now, there are also other aspects to understanding. When the moon is there, the stars are seen. When the sun is there, the stars are not seen. What does that mean? So a mind that is full, so during a Paurnima time, you still see the stars, even though the mind is fully present. With mind that is fully present, you should be still be able to see the reality. But when the rajas, the movement of the thought is very high, then you will not be able to. That is the indirectly symbolic way of connecting to those mantras. Thank you, Sharmagar. If I missed anything, you
no,
can
no, sir.
add in.
No, no. You have given me your inlet. I got more into that because I am trying to understand more clearly this mantra. It has got a very great inner significance, which I am trying to correlate and connect and analyze it from the point of. Thank you very much for this.
Sairam, Sairam.
Sir, I'm sorry. That's a most beautiful, simplistic explanation of Kriya Yoga. What you just now said, I've always wondered about why is it? I mean, it's great. I know it is. I'm never questioning that, but did not understand so I mean, I'm being logical thinker, I suppose, is too bad, but so think about it. So then now you connect what Bhagwan Krishna Swami recommending through the Bhakti Yoga or Karma Yoga and Kriya Yoga, and they all understand the commonality in that. And otherwise, it always looked like, why is it being done? These great masters are teaching it, but why? Why is it? So thank you very much, Saira.
Sairam, I didn't know what we talked about is Kriya Yoga, but again, Nama Namaiva Nama Me. The name is that people, the Swasami, the Dhyasa, Vipassana, Upasana, Kriya Yoga, all these things are names given to it so that now what we happen is it is given to us to give a pointer, but the moment what you practice, that's interesting to know that it is Kriya Yoga. I actually don't know any yoga because I am a Roga. I'm not a yogi, I'm a Rogi. From Rogi came rogue, the word.
Not that I'm a practitioner or anything, but I'm a reading. But Bhagavad Gita has been Swami's Gita Vahini. They have been the guide all the time, but the prana connection is the prana. The Swami has talked about it also. I still didn't understand that connection. So they're all connected through the prana, which is the movement, and very beautiful, very beautiful explanation. Thank you, Sairam.
Sairam. And this next set of mantras are also very beautiful mantras. And we have to feel incredibly grateful to Swami for giving this satsang. But for his immense grace and blessings, none of this will happen. It's all him shining through, and in that collective presence, right? I have to thank all of you for giving me this opportunity, because of this satsang, what happens is 99% of what this mind is thinking happens only in the satsang. It doesn't happen before, and I promise you it doesn't happen after as well. So this 2 hours of satsang in the weekend fuels the entire week because it takes the mind to such an awareness that there is things get done efficiently. We don't understand the benefit even at a materialistic level with this kind of a satsang. At a materialistic level, your work efficiency will increase. Your efficiency and clarity of thought and execution will improve. Om Sri Sai Sarai Maha Japam, you just, if you are doing it, you will understand. Your life becomes very streamlined. And we are thinking it is an imposition. Oh, I have to go to this satsang now, or I have to go to this service, or I have to go to this Parayana, Rudra Parayana, Devi Matya Parayana. We are thinking it is an additional burden on the time. But actually speaking, it's the reverse. It makes your life much more easier, not hard. Why? Because the whole purpose of spiritual living is to have attention to two movements that are all the time happening within us. The first movement is the breath. The second movement is the thought. And they are intricately related to each other. The prana and the thought are intricately related to each other. The moment you have better ability to understand your breath, you will have total control over your thought. Actually, they will go down. They will go down. Both will go down together. The moment the thought subsides, it doesn't mean that you will become a dull person. You will use actually the thought only when it is necessary as a tool. You think when it is necessary. What do you have to do when it is not necessary to think? What is it that I have to do when it is not necessary to think? Damaraj, what do you do when it is not necessary to think? Or intelligent people always think, intel people. I mean, what do you do when it is not necessary to think? Have you even asked the question, do I need to think? You can open the mic.
Yeah, Sai Ramana. Maybe you'll do on things that are more important because most of the time, if you keep thinking, you don't do the actual things. So
I'm asking, you're talking doing, I'm talking about thinking. What happens? Have we asked the question, is it needed that I have to think? Do I need to think? Some thought comes. Have you asked the question, do I need to really think about this? When a thought came, are you asking the question, do I need to think about this right now?
yeah, sometimes, but not all the time. I guess sometimes.
No, we don't. Because if you do, then what it will do is, and then what do I have to do if I don't have to think? Supposing you have time, you don't have to think. And you don't have to do anything. What will be that? What will you do at that time? The mind is still active.
Do the Sai Shra Japa.
Om Sri Sai Shrayan Maha. Okay, that's a good way. I hope that is true because your dad is doing it all the time on your behalf. My God, I don't even know how much time he's probably not doing anything other than Om Sri Sai Shrayan Maha. That is probably what a beautiful state of mind that is. Om Sri Sai Shrayan Maha, you are doing all the time. You are right. The mind should immediately shift into that awareness. If this mind has nothing to do or to think about, it will immediately shift into Gayatri Mantra. Immediately. Somehow what happens is the programming has happened. Oh, I have nothing to do or nothing to think now. Om Bhurбhuva Swaha Tatsatrore that mantra kicks in. And then the mind is now wrapped around that mantra. Try this. If you're doing Om Sri Sai Shrayan Maha, I promise you, when you have nothing to do and nothing to think about, Om Sri Sai Shwaraya Namaha, Om Sri Sai Shwaraya Namaha, Om Sri Sai Shwaraya. Then you are wondering, oh, should I start the counter or should I do the counting? I'm missing on the count, no? Yeah, that. And imagine, and that is happening collectively across the globe, 24 hours in a day. Imagine that is not imagine, that is happening. That is happening every month. 1 crore of japa is happening. 1 crore is 10 million. Every month, 10 million times Om Sri Sai Shwaraya Namaha is happening. My Thambi was worried about 1 lakh, 100,000. 100-fold multiplication it is happening. Sai Ram. And imagine you are part of that awareness and consciousness. What do I gain by provoking all of you to join the chanting? What do I gain? Do I gain personally anything? Yes, I do. Because I am in that collective consciousness. And more that collective consciousness, the more faster that this jiva will reach the ocean, will become infinite, will have neither birth nor death, nor any identification, because it is part of that ocean. Now, I am not talking some esoteric philosophy. This is 100% grounded in practical spirituality. Now, what do you have to do if you are so inspired about it? Keep quiet. Then you are truly not inspired about it. When you are inspired about something, expansion is my life. I want to take this experience and share it. Vayam devasya bhojanam, vayam devasya bhojanam, turam bhagasya dhimaki. I want to make the process more efficient. Turam, efficient. Bhagasya dhimahi. Let my meditation become more efficient. How will your meditation become more efficient? Not by you doing more, but when it is multiplied, your consciousness is multiplied by infinity, then you will be part of that collective, and you are part of that collective consciousness. There is no individual I existing in that. This is the beauty of it. Jai Sai Ram. You're good? Yeah, Sai Ram.
So just wondering on the Nama Namaiva, that mantra. Yesterday only you mentioned about the word when we just take the name of Atri, and you gave a beautiful explanation of what that name indicates. So I was wondering like how a name can just be a name when such names have so much of deep meanings.
Thank you for the comment. No question, no? We are wondering.
Just wondering.
Yes. Yes, and Sister Sita also posted something. Yes, Devi Suktam. Yep, you can say it, Ma. You can say it for benefit of everyone.
I was just thinking that these Pranapasana mantras seem similar to the Devi Suktam, what Vagambruni said there. And the Vaishya king used it to do the Upasana. And now it's beginning to occur to me why they did it for a few years, and to experience that
Aham rudre virvasu bhischara myahama adityai vishwade evai aham mitra varuno bhabibhar myaham indragni aham ashwino bha. That aham is expansive consciousness into everything. Aham dadhami dravinam havishmate supravye e yajamanaya sunvati. Yeah, so the confusion, Anil, is Anil still there or is he gone? Yeah.
Sairam.
Yeah, Anil, what your question is, Yeah, it is true. So the question that brother posted on the chat is, what does it mean the sun withdraw its rays, but scientifically sun constantly emitting rays? Part of the earth is not receiving it. We feel it is dark. Yes. So here it is not the sun withdrawing the rays. The word savit actually means life sustaining force. Okay. So these are what are called pranopasana mantras. So these are not literally related to the sun and the earth rotating the physical planetary system and all of that. What this Shavashva is pointing out to is the subtler and the subtler it becomes, and you withdraw from the gross and go subtler and subtler and subtler, you will experience the awareness of the divinity within. And that is the metaphor or the analogy. That's what I was trying to explain with. Maybe you posted this question before I explained the pranopasana and breathing and all that, right? Yes?
No, just now I posted. So no, I want to understand the Veda says with sun withdraws like as 2 centuries back. Maybe people don't know scientifically. They say Earth is flat, sun is moving from east to west.
Okay. No, this brother is thinking when they wrote these Vedas, these poor fellows, they did not know that earth is round and it is rotating, and therefore they thought, no. You have to go back and listen to the Aruna Prashna from the beginning. They knew a lot more about it than even before scientists know. 100% I can tell you that. Why I'm saying 100% telling you that? Because it is explained in the same Aruna Prashna, the entire principle of time, the entire principle of night and darkness, the death and life, everything is explained so clearly beyond any doubt. 100% they know that the earth is rotating. In fact, they talk about eclipses and all those things even before we have discovered the eclipses. And we have given the names of the shadows that fall during the eclipse as Rahu and Ketu. Rahu is the one that is engulfing the sun, symbolic of the shadow falling on the sun. Ketu is the shadow that is falling on the moon, symbolic of the shadow falling on the moon from the earth. All of this is very beautifully understood, brother. In the context of this specific mantra, the reference is to the word called Savit. Savit means life-sustaining force. Life is all about, in the reference to that, life is associated with breath. And in the context of that breath, the more you breathe, the more diverted the mind is with the thoughts, and therefore it won't be able to see the star. That is the symbolic reference to this, not associated with the sun and the earth. Okay, hope that helps. Okay.
Okay, Sairam.
Okay. All right. What's the last question posted on the chat? Thank you for. Okay, Sairam. Okay. Okay. Swastif Prajabhyah Paripalayantam. Om Swastif Prajabhyah Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishah Go Brahmanebhyah Shubhamastu Nityam Samastalokaah Sukhino Bhavantu Samastalokaah Sukhino Bhavantu Samastalokaah Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Jai Bolo Bhagwan.